Welcome to Fuller Expectations, the podcast where we dive into topics like aging with confidence, navigating identity shifts, building new healthy habits, rediscovering purpose, health and wellness routines in midlife, and yes, maybe even money, retirement, relationships, and letting go of things that no longer serve you. I'm your host, Carrie Fuller, and I am so excited that you're here with me today. My hope is that our episodes feel like a blend of personal growth, real conversation, and gentle encouragement. We'll keep things honest, thoughtful, and practical. If you have not already, please hit follow so that our podcast can appear in your podcast library. We drop episodes every week, and we don't want you to miss it. And if you thought of somebody who might benefit by what you've heard today, please share this episode with them. And now let's get into today's episode. How is it possible that we know so much about health today, and yet we are getting less healthy than ever before? I mean, we have podcasts, we have doctors on social media, we have wearable devices that track everything from our sleep to our VO2 max and everything in between. And yet 93% of Americans are considered metabolically unhealthy. Let that number sink in for a minute. So today I want to talk about something that might challenge the way you think about health, but more importantly, I hope it empowers you. And I found this information because I've been digging myself, and I know a lot of people are. We see it all over social media. People are sharing their fitness journeys, and people are sharing healthy recipes, and people are sharing the fact that they stopped drinking. I mean, people are craving living better. And the goal isn't to follow everything that you see, but the goal really should be to be part of the 7% that are living metabolically healthy lives. That number is so scary. So we're going to talk about the health paradox. I'm going to tell you where I got some of my information that I'm going to share tonight, because I've really been digging in lately to different physicians that I listen to in podcasts, but I recently watched the MAHA Summit, the Make America Healthy Again Summit. And what I learned was incredible. It was enlightening. And I need to share this information with you. If you care about feeling better, and if you feel like the healthcare system, they're not offering you the solutions, listen to this episode. And if you know anybody who's been going through it, the freaking hamster wheel of healthcare today, because that's what it is. And I'm sorry, I have a lot of friends that are doctors and nurses. It's not their fault. It's the healthcare system's fault. They're running things like a business, and they're churning patients as fast as they can to make money. But anyway, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. I'm going to talk about chronic disease, how it's rising today. And did you know that over half of children by the year 2006 in the US, over half of children had at least one chronic condition. Life expectancy in the US has stalled since 2010. All these other countries, life expectancy is going up. The US, it's not. We're sitting there. We're not improving, and we should be, because look at technology. Look at the resources that we have today. 20% of Americans are fit for military service. Let's talk about that. You know, there's requirements. Health requirements for military service. Only 20% of Americans are fit for military service. Are you kidding me? And so at the same time as all of these really ugly statistics, we spend more on healthcare than we ever have before. Healthcare costs are growing faster than GDP. And the question is this really a healthcare system, or is it a sick care system? So let's talk about the system that is not built for prevention. That is our system today, you guys, in the US. It's very, very sad, but let's be honest about something that most people feel and don't say out loud. If you go to the doctor for a prescription, it's covered. If you go to a nutritionist or a naturopath, it's often not covered. So that alone tells us something. We are financially structured to treat disease, not prevent it. I would love to go to a nutritionist. I've been kind of putting it off, and I'm just going to do it. And there's also a naturopathic doctor that I want to go to. And part of what has stalled me from doing it is it's not covered by my insurance. I mean, my perspective, yes, my health is worth it, so I'm willing to pay out of pocket for it. But how sad is that we would have to do that? A lot of people can't pay out of pocket. They can barely walk the perimeter of the grocery store and put healthy foods in their kitchens. So yes, we are financially structured to treat disease in this country, not prevent it. But it goes even deeper than that. Many physicians receive little or no nutritional training when they're in college, right? Did you know that? Ask your doctor if they had any classes when they were going to medical school that were focused on nutrition. Another fun fact, appointments are very short, they're very reactive, and they're very symptom focused when we go to the doctors. Yet patients leave feeling like they were unheard. Why? Because the appointments are back to back and they don't have time to really deal with you. I think they book like 10 or 15-minute slots for patients. Like, think about that. That's insane. We spend more time at the hairdressers or the nail salon. And almost everyone listening right now can think of a time when they left their doctor and they didn't feel like the doctor was really listening to a word they said, right? You've probably felt that way. And if you're lucky enough that you haven't felt that way, I guarantee you know somebody who has. Let's talk about another fun fact here. The fact that the environment is working against us. And if we zoom out on this, we don't just live in a system that reacts to illness. We live in an environment that's creating it. This is insane. Listen to this. Soda is often cheaper in the grocery store than bottled water, right? Next time you're in the grocery store, go down the beverage aisle, look at the prices of bottled water and look at the prices of soda. Ultra-processed foods are everywhere, everywhere. Yet we know that they're not good for us at all and they cause a lot of inflammation and chronic disease. But they're everywhere. They're more available than healthy foods are. Another fun fact. Kids are more sedentary than ever before. Like, I'm in my mid-50s. When I was growing up, I rode my bike everywhere. Literally everywhere. When I wanted to get from point A to point B, my parents weren't driving me. Are you kidding me? They'd be like, either walk or ride your bike. The sad truth is that convenience has replaced movement with our kids today. Kids are more diseased than they've ever been before. They're more obese than they've ever been before. There's more allergies than there ever have been before. There's more ADHD. Think about your childhood. Were you outside? Were you moving? You weren't tracking steps, right? Like we do today. We have all these wearable devices. We weren't tracking our steps back then. We were just living our lives. And today we have to schedule our movement. We do. We have to schedule it, right? Very, very sad. Sad truth. So let's talk about why other countries are healthier. So it's a really hard truth, and people should not have to leave the United States to get healthy, and yet other countries are seeing rising life expectancy. In the US, we're not. So what's the difference? It's not just the healthcare, it's the food systems, it's our lifestyle norms, the way we live our life. We're sedentary, we're inside all the time. We're not outside moving, we're not feet on the ground. We're not getting the fresh air. We're on our computers. We're on our phones. We're binge watching Netflix shows and everything else. So lifestyle norms are different. We don't think about prevention as a first step to getting healthy. When we have symptoms, we go take care of it, but we're not working hard enough to prevent it. So what if we flipped the model? That's what the MAHA movement is. I encourage you, if you have not heard of this, to look up the MAHA movie. Just MAHA, Make America Healthy Again. Look up the movie and watch it. It's worth it. Or like me, I went on YouTube and I looked up the MAHA Summit and I watched it. It's from 2025. It was the inaugural, so the first ever. Really interesting information is shared there. So I encourage you to take the time to watch it when you're on your treadmill, right? You should be on the treadmill. So that's what I did. I was on my treadmill. I watched the MAHA Summit. So let's flip the model. Let's talk about that. And that's what they're trying to do, right? So instead of waiting for something to go wrong and fix it, how about preventing it in the first place? So what this means and what's in process now in our country is things like incentivizing doctors for proactive care and prioritizing early detection and making healthy choices easier instead of harder. Imagine that. That would be wonderful. And then also supporting parents in raising healthy kids. There you go. I think that would be amazing because right now it is simply too hard to try to be healthy in America. So let's talk about the nutrition confusion. I mean, we all know, you guys, you jump on the computers and you're bombarded with eat this, don't eat that, make it this way, blend the cottage cheese, swap out this, swap out that, do this exercise, don't do that exercise, buy this equipment, jiggle your body, go in front of red light. Like the list goes on and on. So let's talk about the confusion. So for decades, we've been told, eat low fat, high grains, avoid cholesterol. And now we're hearing about prioritizing proteins, healthy fats matter, reduce ultra-processed carbs. It is very overwhelming, and you see so much that you just don't know what to trust and what to do. But here's one thing to remember, actually two things to remember. Worry a little less about chasing the latest trend. Don't believe everything that you hear or see on social media. Return to the fundamentals. So let's talk about those fundamentals. Simple, clean, whole, nutrient-dense foods. Let's talk about that because foods matter. So there is evidence that eating foods in a certain order can impact your blood sugar. And what do I mean by that? You have a plate of food in front of you, which has vegetables and a protein and carbs and some fats, and that's what I mean by that. So the best sequence to eat your food is first you want to eat your fiber foods. So your vegetables, things that are high in fiber, you want to eat those first. Then you want to eat your proteins and fats, and then you want to eat the carbs last. And let's talk about why. So you want to eat your fiber first, your vegetables and fibers, because fiber slows glucose absorption, right? And then protein second, because protein stabilizes blood sugar. And then you want to eat your carbs last because carbs hit more gradually. So you want to stack these small advantages to benefit your overall wellness and how your body performs. So another crazy topic that everyone hears, no matter what you're listening to, watching, or scrolling on social media, you've heard a lot about longevity today, right? So these are things that you're seeing where people are talking about cold plunging and red light therapy and supplements and fasting protocols and biohacking everything. And these are the things that leave us feeling like we're behind or we're not doing enough or we can't keep up. We don't know what's real. It's really causing a lot of anxiety and it is exhausting. But the things that you need to just think about moving your body more. Think about eating real whole foods. Think about the sleep that you're getting. Think about managing stress and think about paying attention to how much alcohol you're drinking, how much time you're spending sitting during the day. If you can get up and walk around in the morning for 10 to 15 minutes, in the afternoon for 10 to 15 minutes, and at the end of the day for 10 to 15 minutes, that will put you ahead of where most people are. So to be in that 7%, you don't have to have the perfect routine or the latest trends and all of that stuff. You really just need that consistency and the awareness about how you're choosing to spend your time and what you put into your body. And you need a simple routine that works for you. And really, those things should really focus around more movement, getting outside, getting fresh air, getting more steps, eating clean food, sleeping better, managing your stress. And those things, if we can manage to do them in our crazy day, those are the things that are going to move you towards being in that 7%. It seems easy, right? But to think about the fact that moving your body more, eating clean foods, sleeping better, and managing stress will make you better than 93% of the population. It's a sad truth, but it's one that should be really easy if you want to think about living healthier and having a proactive wellness mentality. That's a proactive wellness mentality. Exercise, clean food, sleeping, keeping your stress under control, paying attention to yourself. You have to give yourself the time that you deserve to live your best life. So I think that really what it takes is having better application of the consistency that we need in our life. And right now, the gap isn't knowledge. We have an overabundance of information out there. It's just executing those 4 things that will help you. Actually, 5 things: movement, clean food, sleep, stress management, and just paying attention and carving out time for yourself. So don't be overwhelmed by the information that is bombarding you every day. Just ask yourself, what is the top 7% doing today? And that's where you get started. So if this episode resonated with you and you thought of somebody who might want to hear the message or could benefit by the message today, please share this episode with them, because it isn't just about living longer, it's about living better. And part of how we do that is taking care of all the people around us, right? So thanks so much for listening today.
Thanks for listening today. If this episode sparked something in you, please share it with a friend, leave a comment or a review, and reach out and let me know what resonated. Remember, no matter what age or stage of life you're in, you can pivot. And always remember, the second half of life is not a winding down. It's a waking up. Please follow or subscribe. We'd love to have you as part of our podcast family. Let's keep showing up and being the best version of ourselves. Until next time, take care.